then we can begin to examine what is meditation. The very word implies, the root of it is not only to ponder over, think over, but deeply the freedom from all measurement. You understand? Measurement. That is, achieving something which requires time. Right? Every form of measurement, the better, the more, the becoming, the achieving, which ordinary meditations promise. But in meditation, there is the freedom from measurement. If you follow this carefully, please, this is very serious if you are interested in it. To observe without measurement, which means no comparison. I have been, I am, I shall be, which is measurement, which is time. Man has asked whether time has a stop. Meditation is the inquiry into time, whether it has a stop. That is, time has put together the me, the self with all its knowledge. Whether that self, which is the result of evolution, which is time, which is thought, whether that has an end, a stop. Which means the freedom from all becoming, from all measurement. Whether you sit cross-legged, no. Whether you sit cross-legged, breathe in a different way, become neurotic about your food, accept some kind of fad, and practice some kind of system. All that is a continuity of time. The mind, the brain demanding more of experience, the more. So, meditation is the ending of the self, the me. Which is love. How can I love you if I'm most concerned with myself? If I'm ambitious, greedy, envious, wanting to fulfill, achieve, how can their love be? So, to see the truth of it, not take time over it, not analyze it, go into it step by step and explanation after explanation, but to see instantly that as long as the brain is caught in time and thought which is limited, whatever it does will create more conflict, see it instantly, the truth of it, which is to have an insight into it, whole movement of it. Then, as we said at the beginning of the conversation, the brain has that peace of quietness, silence. Naturally, there is no perpetuating thought all the time, chattering. Living in this world, is that possible? When I go to the office from 9 to 5, God knows why. Of course, I know why. We all know why. Responsibility, money, position, the whole business of it. 9 to 5. And there are those who don't want to go to the office, form a commune, and work together in their own land or whatever it is. That's also another occupation from 9 to 5. When I used to live in this world, when I used to have money, shelter, clothes, that's normal, natural. And can one live in that, with that quality of love, with that quality of intelligence and freedom? They're all one, they're not three separate activities. Time, thought, intelligence, love. You understand? As we know it now. But when there is freedom of this limitation, love without a cause, freedom without a cause, and intelligence without cause, with that state of quality, can one live in this world? Go to the office, go to a factory, cook, wash dishes, go for a solitary walk, even for 10 minutes. Is that possible, living in this terrible world? You have to answer that question of me. You will answer it only when you have realized that thought is the central issue. That thought is always, under all circumstances, is fragmentary. Because knowledge is fragmentary. There can be never complete knowledge. And then meditation is the total denial, I'm using the right sense of that word, denial of the self. The me. Then, when asked, is there anything sacred beyond all this? You understand? Because that's what man has inquired. He says this world in which we live is perpetual conflict and pain. There may be slight joys and pleasures, but there's always this. There's always death. There's always pain, both physically and psychologically. And he says, is there something beyond all this? Because all one sees all this is so meaningless. Empty. And one asks, is there something beyond? Something that transcends all this. So, not being able to transcend this, he invents the gods, the principles, you follow? So is one aware of this, not to be caught in the trap of the priest, of the specialist. Right? Then, in this freedom, love and intelligence, the mind, the brain, is naturally not chattering, not pursuing one thought after another, is quiet. You know, silence has its own sound. Huh? The silence that thought creates is noisy. The silence of a brain that is free has its own peculiar sound. Out of that sound is creativeness. You won't understand this unless you have done all this. They're just like words. In that silence with its sound, there may be something that which is limitless, timeless. That may be the eternal love. You understand?